701, excuse me. When talking about our cats and dogs, we'll often say our forever friends.
Our next guest knows all about that, and today is Paws and Claws. We welcome Kat Socks, author of Pickles the Dog, a children's book. Welcome to the show, Kat.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here, Kat. Now, when did you write Pickles the Dog?
So in 2018, I wrote Pickles the Dog, adopted in North Dakota. That was the very first book that came out.
Okay, and that was based on a real dog who was a rescue from the Minot flood. Tell us about the story behind the actual Pickles and then the books.
Yeah, so Pickles, she's a real dog, and she was from Minot, North Dakota during the 2011 flood. And unfortunately, she kept getting returned to the shelter, but a family member of mine ended up with her, and she's just a wonderful dog.
So you wrote these books, and what do you want people to kind of get out of reading these? They're for children mostly, but as a parent of a 3-year-old, I actually enjoy reading children's books too. So what do you kind of want kids and adults to get out of them?
Well, there's always a lesson in every book, and I definitely wanted to bring more awareness about animal adoption. And in the first book, this is the very first one, Pickles and Kat, they live on a farm, and Pickles gets adopted to her family, and she's never been to the farm before, so she kind of gets into some mischief. Then the little girl figures out how to train her and teach her to be safe. In the second one, that one is a Christmas one, and that one is based on a Midwestern German tradition of hiding a pickle ornament in the tree. Whoever finds it gets a special gift. And there's hidden pickles throughout the pages for kids to find. And then the new one that just came out, Pickles the Dog, goes to school. Kat and Pickles, they go to school to learn about ways to deepen the connection between humans and animals.
I love
Very
that.
cool.
Yeah. Is that how Pickles got their name? Was from the pickle tradition on the tree?
No, actually, I had never even heard of that. And I was at a lot of different book signings and events, and people kept telling me that I should write about it. And so I kind of looked into it and thought, you know what, let's go ahead and do it. So.
Oh yeah, we have a Christmas pickle for sure. Now I saw on your Facebook page the sad news about Pickles. Pickles passed away. How old was Pickles?
She was 10.
Okay, so we are so sorry about that, but you actually have a book series that deals with death, which is kind of interesting. Tell us about the funeral book series that you have.
Yeah, so for my day job, I work with funeral directors around the state of North Dakota, and a funeral director friend of mine, Lacey, we decided to write a set of books that would help children during a very difficult time. And so the books are geared to help children when a family member passes away, and it's in a story format where they can see what a funeral might look like, what a visitation might look like, a burial, and then also opening up the conversation about death and ways that they might be able to participate in the funeral or other events. And then the other part of the book, it deals with mourning activities or grieving activities that children can do with their families, and just very simple activities, maybe making that loved one's favorite dessert or incorporating their favorite flowers into something, and places where they can write or draw right into the book.
Wow, what a great gift to the world, Kat. Seriously, thank you. That's really cool. Now, the other one is Babies of the Badlands. Is that what I see on the table there?
Yep. So I absolutely love hiking in Medora and checking out all the baby animals that live in the park. And so I just had to write this book. It is just a very simple book, but kids absolutely love it. They get to learn a little bit about each baby animal that lives in the national park.
Oh, that's such a great North Dakota book idea. I love that. How long have you been writing, and what kind of got you into this, writing books?
So actually, I never dreamt about being an author or anything like that. I really just wanted to share Pickles' story. I felt like her story just really touched my heart, and with my baby boutique and my business, I've always donated a portion of the sales to animal shelters, and so I just wanted to share her story, and it turned into this amazing career now and an opportunity to share all kinds of stories.
And the story about losing Pickles is seriously, I mean, everyone can relate to that, especially when you have a dog and you love your dog. I have a dog and I'm seriously like, I look at his face sometimes and I just try to absorb it because I'm like, I know someday you're not going to be here and that's going to be really, really hard.
Yeah.
What did you gain from that relationship with Pickles?
So, you know, seeing Pickles, and I'm just so thankful for all the time that we had together. She actually would go on different events with me, book signings. Kids were definitely inspired by her story and the books, you know, helping them to get interested in reading or writing or drawing. So I'm very thankful for everything that she's done for kids all over. And with her passing away, it gave me an opportunity to work with my son and introduce death in a different way. Some of the activities that we did, he likes to color and write, and so he drew a picture of Pickles and colored it, and we put it in a frame that he decorated, and then he wrote out a note to his grandma to give to her because Pickles lived with her. And in the note he said, "I'm really sorry Pickles died. I really wish dogs lived forever, and I hope that Boo does not die too," which is another dog that he really likes. So it brought out that fear that other animals or other people might die as well when there is a death. So it was really a great way for him to express that, and then for us to have that conversation that just because Pickles died doesn't mean that any other dog is going to die too.
Right. Oh, it's fantastic what you're doing, getting the word out and helping people have these tough conversations with kids. So thank you so much, Kat.
Thanks a lot,
Thank
Kat.
you.
We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
And for more information, make sure you visit picklesthedog.com. And coming up next, for so many of us, our pets do become part